the record. We're here with Mr. Hakeem Robinson, his counsel. Well, you need counsel for the state. All right, we are present now with Mr. Robinson, his counsel, and counsel for the state. I'm advised the jury has reached a verdict. Any reason we can't bring the jury out now and receive the verdict? No. All right, let's please bring the jury out. Thank you.
Your Honor, the jury is entering the courtroom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you may take your seats. And ma'am, juror number 3, are you the foreperson? And has this jury reached a verdict?
Yes, we have.
Can you please hand the verdict form to the bailiff? All right, the court finds that there are no errors or omissions in the filling out of the verdict form. Madam Clerk, can you please publish the verdict?
In the Circuit of the 4th Judicial Circuit in and for Duval County, Florida, case number 16, 2020, CF 3601B, Division CRE. State of Florida versus Hakeem Robinson, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. So say we all, done, Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida, signed by the foreperson on July 31st, 2025.
Does counsel for either the state or defense desire the jury to be polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you can please poll each juror.
Juror 1, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 2, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 3, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 4, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 5, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 6, this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 7, this your true and correct verdict? Juror 8, this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 9, this your true and correct verdict? Juror 10, this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 11, this your true and correct verdict? Juror 12, this your true and correct verdict? Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and your consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges to be enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in that jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for the consideration of difficult cases. And we have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, their discussions, and their votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you this unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are now at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, or from those who might seek to find fault with you, or from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. So it will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. And with the rendering of this verdict, ladies and gentlemen, your service in this courtroom over the past 2 weeks is now concluded. And all of my prior admonitions and prohibitions against looking at the news or reading the newspaper, listening to the radio, or going on social media, or talking to anyone, or looking up anything, all of those prohibitions are now lifted. You are free to do those things if you wish. Keep in mind, folks might want to speak to you, and you are free to speak to them. But again, you are also free to refuse to speak to them. I do want to thank you sincerely for answering your jury summons, coming to the courthouse 2 Mondays ago, and being part of the administration of justice. I say this every week when I have jury trials. Our system of justice, I believe, is the best system of justice in the world, and it wouldn't operate in the manner and method in which it does without citizens such as you who take the time, the consideration, and out your private lives to come down here to be part of our process. So I do sincerely and genuinely thank you. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, you are now excused and free to go. All right, that jury has exited the courtroom. Of course, they need to cross over and exit through the other door, but until and before they do come out, counsel, if you will present your client before the bench. All right, Mr. Robinson, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of the offense charged in the indictment in case number 2020 CF 3601, the court does hereby remand you to the custody of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and your bond in this matter shall be revoked. Now, he is entitled to a pre-sentence investigation report, is that correct? Okay, then I will be sure to order one. Again, that takes approximately 30 days to complete, so we'll need to come back for sentencing no earlier than 30 days. When would the parties wish to return? I have the week of August 25 or September 2 for sentencing to be set.
We would request the week of the 8th.
The same week as Mr. Whitaker? Okay. Are you all available to return the week of September 8th? Keep in mind, Monday would be a to-be-set date, and we would set the sentencing on a convenient day that week for all parties involved.
I'm sure I can have, if there's anything I'm scheduling in my
Okay. And on the 8th, you all are free to appear via Zoom. That's just a scheduling date. That won't be the sentencing date. We'll pick a date on the 8th. All right. Then we'll pass Mr. Robinson's case to September 8 for sentencing to be set. All right, thank you. All right, everyone is excused and free to go. I'll wait for the jury to leave. All right, the jury is now out of the courtroom. Anything we need to take up before we recess? Okay. All right, thank you all. We'll be in recess.